Hi.
My
I like.
Yeah, we're recording.
You're not. Are you recording or not recording?
I'm recording.
Okay. Okay. My Little Pony, season 9, episode 20.
I like
Oh,
swimming.
shoe in.
I like the plant they got.
You like the plant?
Yeah. What is its name?
Phyllis.
I like it Paris.
Can't swing that, Jack, otherwise I can't do you.
I like fairies.
And Mordecai.
I'm not kind.
We're talking about the episode. What else do you remember about the episode?
That,
Trixie makes a great and powerful counselor, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
she does.
There.
That was a twist.
And what I learned about the episode
Oh, you need a fork?
is, one pony
Want a
is
fork?
definitely the doctor.
Yep. He was
I-
very
I-
wibbly wobbly in his timey-wimey business.
I preferred to think that you remember the next doctor, the guy who thought he was the doctor, but he wasn't. That.
Yeah, no, that does make sense.
Do you want me to
The one with the screwdriver, he's like, it's a sonic screwdriver. Really? What makes it sonic? I said so.
Yes, about the sonic screwdriver. He knows all about it.
So,
Years
uh,
old.
getting to my notes, Starlight adores and talks to her philodendron Phyllis.
She
know,
big
plant
talks
does-
to her plant Phyllis.
Well, it
Come
does spruce up
in!
the-
I mean, come in.
Yeah, despite Trixie's objections, it does spruce up the room a bit. Though it isn't a spruce.
Phyllis, no!
And we get sort of the reassertion that it's sort of a more official offer of Starlight head mayor. You, yes. But by the time that they've sort of, she's nervous, not quite twilighting, but about the time she's starting to get a little nervous and talk it through, Twilight gets pulled off for an etiquette lesson. So
Twilight
already-
really sucks at origami, let me just say.
yeah, especially I think wasn't she trying to do it with hooves? So, but like Starlight went and did it in like with magic in like 10 seconds. Like, oh, there it is.
No, she was using magic.
She was? Okay, I couldn't remember off the top of my head.
Roja? She was using magic but it kept falling apart.
Mm.
Every time she set it down, it would just crumble.
Yeah.
Although it looked like she was trying to to make a horse, and Starlight just made a normal crane. Which is way easier and stands up better.
So Trixie is worried about losing even more time with Starlight, especially since she's going to Twilight's office to ask her some things while she's still there instead of doing lunch. Which, given how Twilight can get engrossed in things, is probably a good idea. Well, you still have her and you can immediately get her physical attention.
Yeah.
She floats the idea to Twilight that they should get she should get a vice head mayor to help. Trixie reminded her that Twilight has never done it on her own either, so Twilight thinks it's a good idea and leaves it to her as she's whisked away to a coronation fitting. Which leads Trixie to think she's basically hired and that the hiring process is just a formality.
Wink, wink.
Yes.
Yeah, that was so annoying. Wink, wink.
So we have The candidates are Dr. Who's, Octavia, Big Mac, Spoiled Rich, and Trixie. And here's my initial sort of ideas as I was watching. Um, Spoiled Rich probably sees this as a status job and wants to use to get in with the new ruler of Equestria's friends. Probably
Yeah.
wants to also, on the sly, peddle influence to those in her good graces on admission, like things with that. And but she does initially make her play as a fundraiser, though I think she would have quickly tried to make it into a sort of, oh, you give me a favor, and maybe I help your kid get into this prestigious school.
Yeah.
Maybe
Because that
maybe while
never
I'm looking at the
happened.
stacks. Yeah, maybe while I'm looking at the stacks. Oh, yours just happened to float to the top somehow. Though, to be honest, if they're being raised by the kind of people that would do that,
They probably
they
need the school
they
anyways.
probably need the school anyway. Uh, Big Mac seems like an odd contestant, given that his sister's already spread thin with the school and farm.
Yeah.
And he's also got his well, does he expect to leave it to Granny and Apple Bloom? Perhaps he wants to also be recognized like his sister who teaches there and his kid sister who has made an honorary graduate. So like one teaches and one's an honorary graduate, so is he looking for his own sort of recognition?
Yeah, that, and it was probably just, we want to throw him in somewhere.
Yeah, it seemed like an odd choice for him.
Yeah, it was very just like, you realize there's talking involved, right?
Yeah.
Polysyllabic
It's not that he
talking.
can't talk, it's that he chooses not to. Because he seemed
Yeah.
to have quite the perspicacity in that episode where they showed the two of them younger.
Yeah, but I'm saying.
Yeah.
He chooses
But
not to
yeah.
talk.
Yeah. But yeah, Big Mac is not my. Wouldn't have been my first suspicion. I would have thought something a little different, but whatever. So first round is substitution. Big Mac is great at sewing from his work on apple sacks. Will teaches that while loyalty is important, it can't be bought. So learn how to do business. You can make your money. Friendship. Not the most stable or wholesome of relationships.
Yeah, no. But then again, she is a gold digger, so what do you expect?
Yeah, and we continue to pound in that we see why Tiara was the way she was.
Yeah.
Octavia rolls with the punches, teaching music even from a pinky vitaphone interruption. Dr. Who's has a Rube Goldberg machine to give a baby bird some water. He also shows that he has no idea how a condenser tube works or why you would use one. Because because a condenser tube has water that runs in a jacket around the tube, and it's used when you boiled off something. You've sort of distilled a more volatile gas, it's out of the liquid, and then you use the condenser to cool it down, and you run water. The two outer ports run water through the jacket to cool it down, and then you have the main tube that's where the gas goes through, and then it cools it down, and then it drips down into whatever you want it to be in. If you wanted to run that like that, you would just run it straight off the. If you were trying to blow up the balloon, you just want to run it off that. You don't need a condenser tube. Yeah, I'm closer to the military airport, so you may hear an occasional fighter jet a little closer than usual. But usually where I am, usually I only hear big, heavy planes flying over. They're not quite as sharp, but they're definitely last longer. Um, Trixie is terrible at teaching the class. She makes the history boring, dry, and stops partway through to let them all take a nap. To be fair, it was the hardest material to teach, with no lead time given to prepare a lesson plan. The rest are skills that have an obvious practical or fun use. History without an opportunity to really study and have things to be excited about can be really dry.
Yeah.
So she was given a kind of a handicap on that.
Hey, nap time is good, okay?
To be fair, most kids would use that class as nap time. Would you, Jack?
Yeah. Because I got,
Would you use history class as nap time? Yeah.
because I got to was that school, and that's why.
You're at school for like 2 hours.
Oh, we have for Singapore coat and backpack.
Okay. I'm sorry I asked.
Then go, then go read. Then go. Then go.
So,
party.
yeah.
Then
Okay, Jack, what about the episode? We'll go back to the episode, okay? What else was there about the episode? Trixie taught them how to take naps, right? And then she woke up just to go, wink.
So
they fell back to sleep.
Okay, so maybe naps aren't the best curriculum. If you want me to cut it, it's totally done. Get a pair of scissors and cut it. Well, she was cutting some Z's.
the second round almost sees Trixie knocked out and Spoiled knocked out entirely. Starlight is letting her go on because they're friends, not because she's a great candidate so far. Second round is a parent-teacher conference. Dr. Hooves and Octavia do well. Big Mac kind of struggles, which ends up, he end up just, this isn't right for me, and just walking away from it, going, you know what? No, I'm not sitting
To
for
be
this.
fair, I think they gave them the wrong guardians. Like, if you give Big Mac, Grandpa Gruff, and Ocellus's dad to Trixie, I think it would have been so much easier.
Yeah, but you still need to be handling even the most challenging of cases.
True.
So you can't always pick and choose which parents need a conference.
Yeah. Although, you got to admit, Trixie was in the right on that one. Grandpa Gruff was a total dick.
Yeah, there might have been a better way of more diplomatically handling it, but yeah, he was being very dismissive.
Who's the happiest, me and you?
Anyways, so yeah, it also accelerated way faster than you would expect.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, I admit she can be a little hot-headed, but that was explosive even for her.
And she should know. She constantly uses explosives.
Yeah. That girl, the bomb.
Trixie doesn't get that Starlight's disappointed in her. She thinks she's speaking in code and that she's, hey, yeah. Oh, I get it. Wink, wink. Final round is the field trip. Octavia brings the kids to a performance with her and Vinyl. Dallas is surprised and impressed at what he thought was just going to be a simple classical performance when you had the
Yeah, but I mean,
No.
when you get Octavia and Vinyl together, they make
Yeah.
real music.
The first lesbian couple.
Yeah.
Yeah. They gave enough. They've given enough leeway that you could go it either way, roommates or that. Um, depends on how much headcanon you want to accept.
They are definitely partners. We just don't know what kind.
Either roommates, musical partners, or other
Romantic partners. Dating.
Yeah. Dr. Who's takes him to his lab and mentions time travel, to which Starlight grimaces. Like, that never ends well. Let's not.
We're all
But-
traveling through time. Every second is another second traveling forward in time.
Yes.
Anything else and you get a little wibbly wobbly.
He's definitely the doctor, and he took them in the TARDIS.
Well, I mean, from the outside, that HUD is a lot smaller than it is inside. It's smaller on the outside.
Yeah, I think Equestria is actually on the planet Gallifrey, and they're actually time ponies. 'Cause a lot of their buildings have
Yeah,
that's from the outside. It's like, wait, that's way too big. Why is that so
that
big?
castle for one.
Yeah,
Twilight's castle is way too big, isn't it? On the outside, it looks like a normal house, a tall version of a normal house, and on the inside, boom, you got a massive castle. And even the tree house that was the library. It was a normal sized tree on the outside. You could walk around it. And then inside, it had like 3 bedrooms and library. So they do definitely have dimensional transcendentalism.
yeah. I wonder if that's a construction job. Part of the construction job, you have unicorns that work construction. Their whole job is to do the transdimensional,
Dimensional transcendentalism.
dimensional transcendentalism. Yeah, that's their job, is to do that. So they build the house, the inside of the house, and then they build the outside of the house, and then the unicorn teleports it inside the house with the with the special trick, and now it's bigger on the inside.
Actually, the way that dimensional transcendentalism works, according to Doctor Who, is that it creates a pocket dimension within the dimension, within the parameters. Which is why, no matter what size or shape the exterior is, the interior does not change.
Yeah, that doesn't really go against what I was saying, because you create the outside.
It's not technically inside it. It's more a portal leading into it.
Well, the dimension may exist inside it, just it has bigger dimensions inside the pocket dimension than the actual dimensions that are there. It's all very wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
Yes.
Um,
And there was our Doctor Who tangent for the week.
all right, so the final round. Okay, so I talked about that.
Stop it.
So Trixie's been working on her teleportation. She managed to port a nice bit of bog to the classroom, but didn't account for the flash bees. Starlight gets rid of the bees, but then lays into Trixie for endangering the students.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not saying that's not unwarranted.
she was
Yeah.
she was busy as a bee with that antic.
Well, I mean, they're not gonna forget it.
True.
Um,
Definitely got what the buzz was about.
yeah, she has a talk with Twilight and goes to make amends. By talking to Trixie, she realizes that Sunburst would be a perfect fit given that he is responsible, detail oriented, and now that Flurry is a little older, available aside from some traditions and festivals. But what is not mentioned is that he offers someone who is an expert in the Crystal Empire, so you get a curriculum expert as well. Let's see.
He'll be a great vice head mayor.
Yeah, it seemed kind of he seemed kind of obvious as a choice given you know you summon a friend, so she already knows him. He's responsible. He's not very good at the practical, but he can teach the theory pretty well.
And now the Starlight Sunburst shippers are happy.
Yeah.
So bonus.
Yes. Bonus. But yeah, overall, it had its moments, and it was an okay episode. It was kind of fun to see Trixie again, but she's always fun to have around, but a little annoying as well.
Yeah, it was a pretty great and powerful episode, huh?
Trixie, I love you, but you're the worst.
Yeah, Trixie has her moments.
But I have to admit, even though she did some bugs, Trixie has gotten a lot better with her teleporting.
1 second. Oh, I'm still here. Just if it gets noisy.
Yeah. Trixie's gotten a lot better at that.
Say bye to them.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, my Jax.
Dax.
I am
Bye,
Matrix.
my Jax.
Apparently, he only likes Maydrock now.
Uh,
Jack, like,
I am loved by children far and wide.
And just making sure the dog was barking. One of the dogs was barking. Probably wasn't anything, but just making sure.
he
I guess
probably
any final thoughts on? Oh, good.
Jack probably only likes you because he feels he's superior to you.
Yeah, that's probably true. You little kids, they do have a superiority complex.
It's like, finally, somebody I'm smarter than.
Let's see, other thoughts. Well, with all this new stuff like going on, like Starlight being the new head mayor and everything like that, I really don't want it to end. It's like, wow, you're adding all this stuff, and it's like, okay, now what's gonna happen now? But the series is ending.
Well, they
Well,
might be leading into a new scene, like next gen type thing.
Yeah, but I have
well,
a feeling that next gen is just gonna be like completely different. Has nothing to do with like season 4.
yeah. It might be interesting. It's probably they're actually taking this one and like you're seeing things build up, and we're sort of baking in some of the epilogue already because there's so much to tie up.
Yeah.
Like okay, what's Trixie and Starlight, Sunburst going to be doing? Oh, they're running the school. It's like they each have a you now know. Okay, if we don't get to them a lot from here on in, it's not a big deal because we already have established what's going to happen with them.
Yeah. Uh, now that was good. So that was the end of the magical review of the ponies.
Yes, yes, it was.